And good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Eagles Nest Coaches Show with head coach David Perkins and defensive coordinator Thomas Scully. We are live at Wildwood Pizza, and man, can I hear that speaker? We're going to have to get that turned down a little bit. But
sounds good.
You like that?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have a crowd here, don't we? Is there an Eagle crowd?
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Good job, Andrew. David and Thomas, it wasn't the final score that we wanted on your first home game and your first home game as a head coach, but that happens sometimes. And just talk a little bit about talking to the kids after the game. I mean, effort was there. We talked about it after the game.
Absolutely.
Effort was there the whole game.
Well, first of all, I want to say, thank you to our Eagle Nation for showing up because, man, it was a great crowd. Our guys fed off of it, and that's what we want whenever we play. But, it was a great game between, St. Mary's has a good team. They're ranked number 1 in power rankings in 1A. We knew it would be a tough test, but, sometimes you learn, and I've said this before, sometimes you learn a lot more from your losses than you do from your wins, and we learned a lot from this. We played a great game. Defensively was lights out again. Coach Scully had the defense playing well. St. Mary's is a very good offensive team. You hold a team like that to 13 points on offense, and they did not score on offense in the second half. We had opportunities to win the game, and, it just didn't work out for us, but we'll learn from it. We prepared this week for our next opponent, and we'll be better for it.
And that was one thing that I wanted to talk about is the fact that, again, the defense played lights out. Y'all stopped them, over and over and over. And like David said, I mean, it was 26-13 the final, but the final 14 points weren't from their offense. And 2 turnovers that the Eagles created, one in the first half, and I think it was one in the interception in the second half. We got some highlights of those that we'll cover a little later in the show, but again, it was there. The defense was there.
Yeah, I thought we did a great job. Going into the game, we knew we had our hands full. I mean, St. Mary's has a really good offense. And we did a bend not break. We wanted him, tried to keep him in the pocket. The first touchdown, he gets out of the pocket, and of course we don't maintain our secondary coverage deep in the secondary, and so they pop a big one, and then they just kind of went from there. And once they get going, they just, that confidence just builds from within them. So once they realized they could kind of get around us a little bit, a shorter field, they get in there and they come back in. It's a 7-6 game. After we had scored and gone up 7-0. So, and then they come back and we just go back and forth. And the biggest thing was to try to keep him in the pocket. And our thing was not to rush him to sack him. It was to rush him to control his footwork. And that's what he is. He's a runner. Bankston, tip your hat to him. I mean, the guy's unbelievable. We did a great job. We had some situations where we thought we could get 3 and out, and we thought we did. And next thing you know, we got a flag on the ground. So, it's a challenge, even though we were at home, I'm not afraid to say it's frustrating playing, when we're getting calls that we're getting. And it was very frustrating. I thought we did a great job defensively, but, it is frustrating, and I'll just leave it at that.
Well, I will say that, it is, and I even made a couple comments toward the officials that, it seems like when Menard plays, we're playing 10 away games. I don't know if people know what I'm talking about like that, but when you play at home, you feel like you get a little bit of home cooking, but we don't get that. We get the same kind of calling at home as we do on the road, but we're used to it, and we'll deal with it.
Wait! Before you go any further, I saw the official having to go to Chris and talk to Chris. I was like, oh my gosh, Chris is getting in trouble. What's happening? But. That was the worry. The first part of the year was how do we keep David corralled a little bit on the sideline.
Well, Coach does a good job. He's got it down. It's everybody else that's on the sidelines that's getting flags for him.
I'm having pictures of the Avoyelles game last year away in the truck with David. I'm hanging onto the equipment, trying to keep it from falling out of the back of the pickup truck, and he's yelling onto the field. But that's just the passion that I like, and I like seeing, and hopefully the fans do too. I mean, you want a passionate coach, that's out there fighting for the kids and fighting for the team.
Absolutely.
And
I'm going to do that. So, And if I have to get on the officials, and, I'm going to work them a little bit, if that's what it takes, that's what I'm going to do.
Let's talk a little bit about, I don't want to get any more plays because when we come back, we're going to start on the highlights and look at those a little bit better. I'll spin the laptop around for you. But injuries, look, it seems to me, knock on wood, that we came out pretty injury clean, and that's one thing that I'm excited about this year. Is that I'm not seeing a lot of kids cramping up, during the game, so they're hydrating and doing the things that they need to do during the week. But the only thing I really noticed was Jake Vaughn when he went in, in the fourth quarter. He tweaked an ankle maybe on the tackle, down inside the 10 around the 5-yard line.
He did, but he's fine, so he's ready to roll. And we one of our players, Jacob Janice, he's a backup player. He has started, but he's been playing a certain role here lately. He looks like he may have a torn ACL. He got hurt on the kickoff, I believe. And but as far as our starters, we're in good shape. We played a JV game on Monday. We had another kid get hurt, not a starter, but one of our good guys, one of our good backups. So, but overall for the whole season, the injury bug has been good to us so far. So, or is that the right thing to say?
Yeah. We're just
whatever. Yeah.
Cross your fingers.
So we're good, and Jake's ready to roll.
So let's talk a little bit about, because I don't think I have any highlights in there except for maybe the fumble recovery. If I'm not mistaken, that was T. Sam Bracata, number 20, that came up with the ball.
He did.
But that's a freshman in there.
Yeah.
You've got a couple of guys in there. He's been playing really well at linebacker.
He has. We moved him to the outside linebacker position, and he's done a great job out there. The interesting thing on that play, Cooper Scott's getting double teamed. He finds a way to get his hand in there, even though he's getting double teamed, and he strips the guy running the ball, and then T. Sam falls on. Of course, we turn around and score, but. That's one thing they did a good job of, trying to keep Cooper Scott from being the leading tackler of that game. So at times he was being double teamed, as sometimes he was being triple teamed. But that's why everybody else needs to step up, and I thought they did. I thought we did a good job of that. For a few times where he got out of the pocket and we lost containment. Besides that, everybody did their job, and I think that's what they're learning is how to play fast but do their job. And,
and another thing is, Coach Scully put in a new defense just for St. Mary's. So, that Friday was the first time that we actually ran that particular defense. We were playing a little bit of nickel. And the guys during the week, it was different, and we got on to them. They were making mistakes on, but on Friday night when they turned the lights on, they were ready to roll. Just a couple times we got out of position, but overall, man, like I said earlier, man, we played lights out, and it's getting to the point now where we're kind of expecting that, and the guys are feeding off of the success, so to speak, on defense, and we get the offense rolling this week, and sky's the limit for the Eagles.
Yeah, I just want a big tip of a hand to the fans that are out here tonight. I see, your wife is back out here. Your brother's here. Mm-hmm. The Davises are here. They're always here. One of the first ones to sit down, bring the family out. Coach Gatlin is here. Softball is represented again. I see Laney out here. And the Dusang, Brandon.
A lot of players.
Brandon here. A lot of players are here. We got a couple of cheerleaders. In fact, they're going to be interviewed. That's the spotlight that we have tonight. Right. And we'll spotlight 2 seniors. You got those guys? All right, we'll get the names from you when we go into the commercial break. And we are going to take a commercial break. But before we do that, got to thank Polos and Plaids. Michelle LaCour was out here. And Wildwood Pizza. Again, mentioned, we are here live out on the plaza, I guess you'd say. I like having cover because if it rains, we're covered. But Wildwood Pizza has been kind enough to invite us and have us here and hosting us, and we brought a nice crowd for their 7 to 8
Gary's
o'clock
here tonight
hour.
too. So I told him, I said, look, I'm doing you a favor now. I'm bringing all these people out here, and so he likes that.
Well, he told me, he said he might be asleep by the time you got here, but he was trying to
I'm
stay
sure
here
he was up early
so he could see you. They just got back from a Greece vacation. Right. And so it was great to see him out here. Thank him and Garrett and all of the Perkins family for being here. But Polos and Plaids, located 1305 Metro Drive. They're the makers of our shirts. You see the interns wearing it when they do their halftime interview and their interview here. I've got mine on. You can see the logo there. But they made all the full 4-6 sports team uniforms, and they'll do it for all your school needs with your polo shirts or your plaid skirts or skirts or whatever, is worn in plaid. They've got it, and they've got the fishing shirts and everything else.
Right.
And Wildwood Pizza, thank them. M&M Sound, we got the speaker. You can kind of hear it going. Mike Upshaw with M&M Sound letting us use that speaker every week. Got to thank them, and Insight Audio and Video. Without them, we wouldn't have the internet to be able to go. So Adam Rhodes. He's a Menard parent.
He is.
And we're grateful to everybody there. So we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back in several minutes.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
For a lifetime of the best possible vision, look to Wallace Eye Associates, where our tradition of eye care excellence in Cenla spans nearly 40 years. From your next family eye exam to cataract and glaucoma evaluations, trust your vision to the experienced eye professionals at Wallace Eye Associates. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk-On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Make your burger your style with delicious, hand-pressed, never-frozen AAA Angus beef and tons of fresh, tasty toppings. Fat Burger. Great taste sounds good, doesn't it?
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 Sports. BK is the one-stop shop for trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award-related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel needs and anything you need to brand your business. When you think of anything you need with your name on it, think BK. Check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, apparel and promotions in Pineville.
And we are back live at Wildwood Pizza. Let's figure out where that is. Turn that down. There we go, I guess. Anyway, here with head coach David Perkins and Thomas Scully, defensive coordinator, as well as the principals, students, and fans alike that are out here. Just enjoy having everybody out here and being able to do the show live here from Wildwood Pizza. Coach, we're going to try to see if I can get this to work properly. And if it doesn't, we'll
That was a big turnover. If that's the play you have, like Coach said, we kind of teach and talk about trying to strip the ball, and Cooper Scott made a great play, got in there and pulled that ball out, and hopefully we can get some more of that this week.
Yeah, I was going to try to slow that down when we got there because, let's see. The Tigers are starting to run away with this one, and really because of turnovers. When this play 2 pick sixes finished, we're done talking
here,
about
and one in the third, and one just now in the fourth.
I just wanted to throw
that's a line drive hauled in at the 20
how good the defense
to the
was.
35-30.
early in the
40,
game.
hang on to the
and
football.
Stretching it and taking the run all the way to the sideline. and using
Tigers
that as
starting to run away with this one.
Yeah,
really
and that's what we kind of teach, with having a spread so far.
One in the third and one
that corner. That's really what we've spent a lot of time practicing. Everybody's got to get to the ball or there's consequences, and so that's why you see them rallying.
Taking in what, 2?
To run away with this one.
They're not
really
going
third and
turnovers. 3rd and 2, so they're not going to pick it up.
Yeah, Drake
Here
was
in
in the
one in the
backfield
third
all night
and
long
one
with
out in the
number
fourth.
34.
That's a line drive
He's had some
hauled in at the
outstanding games,
20
all
to
3
the
games.
35,
And
30.
for anybody who's watching, I put it on a
45,
loop so we can
40,
talk about
hang
it
on
and
to
see
the
it over and
football,
over and kind of look
and
at
he's
it.
out to the
So we'll move to the next one.
50-yard line.
And I guess what you were
That
talking
is
about, Coach, is getting him on the run and not letting him stay in
Tigers
position
starting
and just
to run
pick
away
you
with
apart.
this one.
Right.
And really
his
because
accuracy
of
is
turnovers.
not as
Two
good.
pick-
We did that, and
45,
basically
40,
what we
hang
told
on to
us
the
we go
football,
when he goes to
and he's
scramble,
out to
pick
the
up somebody,
50-yard line.
and you can
That
see everybody looks like they're
is
manning
a
up, which is not what we
wonderful,
originally
run
start
back.
with.
That is
We start
a-
with you got to get
the
to an area,
Tigers-
and
Carter
That
was coming around the
is
outside
a
to seal
wonderful
the outside and
run
forcing
back. That is
Well,
to go to
you can
left.
see
The
on this play,
Tigers starting to run away with
everybody
this
has
one,
an
and really
area of the
because
field
of
to cover.
turnover,
And you can see Carson, number 14 right there, Carson Harrison, how he stayed on his side of the field. Even though the quarterback was all the way on the other side of the field, and he picked up the guy in his area because that quarterback was good enough assignment, but he is committed and he will do it every single play. And it made a big difference, and that was probably his best game.
Like he was and really because of
he stood all
turnovers.
3 of them up
Two
and kept
pick
them
sixes.
there.
Yeah, we were just a little late on the
40,
play
hang on
right
to the
there,
football,
so, just a
and he's
learning
out to the
experience.
50-yard line.
At the end, you can see his arm
45-40, hang
swipe
on
right
to the
there.
football,
Ball comes
and he's
out,
out
and
to the
that's where TCM
50-yard line.
is able to pick
That
it up. Man, we're
is
set
a
up
wonderful
now at the 12
run back.
line.
That is
and just the
the
perfect way to start
Tigers
the game.
starting to
Absolutely.
run
On a blocker,
here in one in
so
the
you
third
know he's
and
taking on
one
blocker
just
with
now
one
in the
arm, and he's
fourth. That's a
hitting the ball
line
with the other
drive
arm,
hauled in at the 20
right behind
to
you,
the
right?
35,
That's what we
30,
wanted. We're set up with good field
40,
position,
hang
score
on to the
first, and
football,
that's how we want to play.
and he's out to the
And great
50-yard
transition
line.
because here we are.
That
I think
is
this
a
go
wonderful
they did
run
they were
back.
coming
That
off the
is
edge, and kind of hitting the edge on us.
the Tigers starting to run away with this one, and really because sixes here in the third and one now. Line drive on 20 to the
probably gets him,
30,
he probably scores.
45-40, hang on to
we
the
got a nice
football.
play right
Out to
that
the
was scored, and we
50-yard
get Drake Aldridge
line.
involved. I don't know if you have it or not, but something like we
That
with.
is the Tigers starting to run away with this one. The turnovers. I think sixes here in one in the third and one just come up. Hauled in to the 35-30.
This play is brand new.
40,
It's going to be hard to stop it.
I don't know why it's jumping like that, but
45-40, hang on to the football,
it was
and he's
there,
out
but
to the
he comes in
50-yard
motion and
line.
stops like he's going to be a
That
blocker. And
is
that's what everybody's
a
thinking.
wonderful,
They're going to just run in
back.
behind him,
That
and then he
is
steps over and grabs the ball.
Tigers
Just a
starting
great
to run
play.
away
We
with
were
this one, and
in
two
the
sixes.
booth.
We got a whole
One in the
bunch of other
third
little
and
plays
one
like
just
that
now
we
in
might
the
throw
fourth.
out here
That's a
sometime
line
too.
drive hauled in
So,
at the 20
now
to
we've
the
got the
30,
ball,
45-40,
it's
hang on to the
7-0.
football,
Ryan Hicks does
and
a
he's
nice
out
Play
to
this is. So
Yeah.
this is kind of one of those plays that we talked about all week, and the quarterback makes a play, and we kind of, you can see him reversing the field right
one in
here.
the third and one just now in the fourth. That's a line drive hauled in at the 20 to the 35-30, 45-40. Hang on to the football, and he's out to the 50-yard line. That
He followed the quarterback and, just made a little mistake there, and they were able to
getting that little glitch. But that is
run back.
That's how they like to
the
play.
mistake was made, but
The
it's so
Tigers
difficult
starting to
to
run away.
Absolutely, when
Hauled
you're
in
playing
at
teams
20
like that,
to
and a
the
quarterback that likes to
35-30,
improvise and kind of run around and
45-40,
let his
hang on to the
receivers get
football.
open.
So they only
and
had
he's out to the
2 long
50-yard
drives,
line.
and this was the
That
first.
is a
And he
wonderful
plays, good football
run back.
outside
That
of
is
as well.
a
But
the
he
Tigers
misses the extra
starting to
point,
run
and
away
we
with
still
this
have a
one,
lead 7-6.
and really
You still
because
get
starting to
velocity
run
right here.
away
So
with
you
this
see
one,
this,
and
they
really
had a big
because of
play, so they didn't really
turnovers.
drive
2
on
pick
us.
sixes
But
here in
but
one
they
in
did
the
score.
third
But we're
and
still
one
up,
just now
and it's
in
still
the
a great
fourth.
game.
That's
So
a
we
line
move to the
drive
next
hauled
play,
in at the
and,
20 to the 35-30,
this is
45-40. Hang on to 2 pick
Bankston finds
sixes
him,
here
and then
in
he
one in the
slides through
third
2
and one
tackles,
just
and
now
he's
in the
into the end
fourth.
zone.
That's a
They
line
go for
drive
2
hauled in at
and
the
miss.
20 to
run
the
that back
35-30,
Yeah, we'll see.
Watch our nose go when he
45-40.
does
Hang
in
on
the
to the
center.
football,
You
and
watch
he's
the
out
center,
a
you can see it,
wonderful
and he's
in the fourth.
2-point
That's a line
conversion,
drive
and we go
hauled
to
in
half,
at the 20 to the
12-7,
35-30,
and they
45-40.
only had,
Hang on to the football, and he's out to the 50-yard line.
Then we
That
feel
first half
absolutely
is a
comfortable.
including window units, chest, and upright freezers.
stores. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Memorial Drive in Alexandria.
A leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property.
Our team is here to educate about life insurance and help you make the right coverage choices with the right agent this month and every month. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you.
Wherever you are, you shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Deposit checks right day or night, wherever you are or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
Again, we're getting the word that it's difficult to hear, if you can hear us at all, hear you guys at all talking about the video. So we're going to try turnovers videos. That we hauled in at the 20 to the 35-30, 45-40. Hang on to the football. We wanted to run away with this one, and really because of turnovers. This is two pick sixes. They got the one just now in the fourth. And the Eagle defense. That's a line drive hauled in at the 20 to the 35-30, 45-40. Hang on to the football, and he's out to the 50-yard line. That is a wonderful Maddox Shelton come and one just now.
Right there, and that's a nice catch.
That's a line drive hauled
in
at the 20 to the 35-30 of the football,
to the next one.
And he's out to the 50-yard line. And drive is a wonderful run back, but that is another slant pattern not seen, and I believe that's Ethan Busby, as you said, one of the fastest players on the team that's able to pick it off and jump the score up to 19-7.
Right.
And then we get the ball back. They kick off to us. And we'll run through that real quick. And this is the tail end of another slant pattern, trying to hit Jordan Rich, but taking that picked that off. The defense has held its ground. I think they only had, 2 or 3 possessions in the second half.
That's correct.
So we'll move to the next one. He scooped this one off his shoe tops, the shoelaces, like a line drive, baseball, and returned it, 35, 40 yards to the 50-yard line. Talk about this return. He had some eyesight.
Yeah, Jay is one of our teams, are a good group, and eventually, it's going to pay off. Those had some good field position this year, and and Ryan Hicks is a big part of that, but also, Jaden running this ball back. Gavin Hilton, he runs the ball back, and he gives us good field position also. So, but we'll take advantage of it, and
we talked about, we talked about that for you guys and working on special teams and come in handy in all 3 games. We've been able to show some special teams highlights. There was a couple of good returns in this one in the first half as well. And that one set up, we'll go to the next highlight, it set up an opportunity for redemption as he hit Matt Kirk, and that was coming in for Jake Vaughn, who had taken the drive from the 50 and came in and drove it all the way down to inside the 5-yard line, and then able to connect and score. And still, I know you said you're not built, for.
We're not, but we're still going to try to come back, and we're still going to try to win. That's Matt Kurt's first career touchdown right there. We did onside kick it. Ryan Hicks, and we had a great shot to get it. The first guy, he missed it, and we just didn't get on it. And, if we'd have got it back right there, we probably might have scored again. And you never know what's going to happen after that when you're down.
That's right. Now
a touchdown
you're
or
only
less.
5 points.
Exactly.
You get
we can.
With a couple of good breaks.
Yes, absolutely.
You get it.
So we're going to stay after it.
So what do you say after the game, to the team, in terms of trying to just try to forget this one, but you don't forget it. But put it behind you so we can get on for Sacred Heart that will.
Well, I think the biggest thing is to read their body language and see how they felt after the game. I know the confidence was there. They know we had some miscues. We didn't play a perfect game, and we told them earlier in the week, Coach Perkins did, if we play a perfect, when you talk to them after the game, they were not down. They understood we made some mistakes. But that lock's like, okay, we got to get back to work because we're that good, and we think we're that good. So as long as the locker room turns the other way, which we will not let it happen. But the biggest thing I felt, and after that game, we were upset that we lost. There's no doubt. We felt like we had a really good shot, just like we do every time. But was that, okay, we're going to come back to work Monday. and now let's go. And that's what we did.
And we can come
on the road 45 minutes or so south to Ville Platte to take on Sacred Heart, which we'll talk about in the show. In fact, we've got, just before we go to the commercial break, we've got the senior profiles coming up next. Gage Oser will be here. He's the starting right tackle on the offense, and also Ryan Hicks had been a terrific part of the team. Of course, all these kids have.
They have.
But with his left foot, he's made some big-time field goals, has the potential to make more, and you're not afraid to put him out there because
not at all.
If he goes in the end zone, it's like a punt. College or pro.
Nothing can come out of the end zone.
Nothing comes out.
So when you see him kick it into the end zone, that's his goal on about the 50. So he's a great weapon to have.
And if you decide to punt on a 47-yard field touchdown or get big yardage and end up with better field position. So it just makes perfect sense.
But no bad snaps because his brother's the snapper.
He better get it.
He'll let him know about it, too, if it's just a little bit up or down or whatever. Yeah.
As long as Ryan doesn't upset him, right?
As long as Ryan don't upset him. But Matthew's hard to upset, so it's all good.
Before we move on, I saw you mentioned it earlier, but Carson Harrison, number 4.
Him, for later games. So yeah, this game was a big part. He was a big part of the defense, and slowly, because we're gonna need.
The trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. 1-844-844-88 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
And after 10 years, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Lock On.
Yes.
And we are back live at Wildwood Pizza for the Eagles Nest Coaches Show, and this is your spotlight, and we've had the opportunity to visit with 6 young men and 2 more tonight. I've got Ryan Hicks, number 30, to my left, and to his left is Gage Oser, 63.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm starting to learn them. So, does it seem fast or not?
It feels pretty fast. It just felt like yesterday I would make like an impact on the team, and now I'm a senior, and it seems kind of crazy as people talk about, like, every time I talk to anyone, they're like, hey, what you doing next year? It's like I like high school, and I like playing football and kicking and all that stuff like that.
Well, you're more involved with Menard rather than not just football. I mean, you came off the soccer field too. Mm-hmm. Were you soccer player first, and then decided to come out and kick?
Yes,
sir.
I've
been recruited to come out.
I've been a soccer player all my life. I didn't start playing football until I think 8th grade, and I didn't start kicking, punting until my freshman. I just did kickoff 8th grade, but I didn't really take it serious. And then freshman year, I'm like, I probably won't play as an actual player, so I'm gonna just kick, and then I kind of just picked up from there.
I'm going to come back to that, but I want to get Gage engaged, in the conversation. Question for you, Gage. Senior, been a part of the program for 4 years. Does it seem like it's flown by to you?
Yes, sir. I mean, I can remember yesterday that I was like a freshman getting blown up by a senior or something.
And now you're the one blowing people up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and you helping picking them up?
Oh, yeah. Give a pat on the back.
So talk about it. Is football the main thing that you have going on at Menard? Are you involved in any of? Okay. So we'll be watching for results there too.
Yes, sir.
You got some coughs going on, on that. In college, are you looking at that, or soccer, or bowling, or what?
People tell me that and stuff like that, sports and stuff like that, and I still think about it. I really don't even know.
Have you gone into practicing, at Menard, or as far as kicking schools, or?
I go to camps during the summer sometimes, and I go to those, and they help a lot. it's just hard to kick you around and take it serious when I have to do other stuff as well.
Well, that's true. Y'all made history last year,
Yes, sir.
going
Yes,
to the
sir.
finals.
Mhm.
Down in Hammond.
Yes, sir.
The semifinal game. If it hadn't been for Coach Scully, it would have just been video. I had no idea what was going on. Gage, talk a little bit about soccer, and then what do you plan to do after high school?
But after school, after Menard, I was thinking about going to tech, becoming an engineer.
Any particular?
Go to like the business college and maybe do finance, accounting, something like that.
Okay. Well, you'll want to meet up with all the. Talk a little bit about the bowling, the Holy Rollers. You guys had a great year last year. You bowled a couple of 300s.
When you could have fun, like you don't have to take it serious. It's like a hobby, but it's also competitive at the same time. So there's not much pressure. But 300 games was probably like the best moment of my life. I was so nervous. I was sweating so bad and stuff like that. And afterwards, it was probably one of the best feelings.
Well, congratulations. Good luck, everything. Last question for both of you guys. We'll start with you, Gage. You talked about blowing up the freshmen, what to do, because it's before they know it, they're going to be sitting here with somebody maybe if these, live shows are going.
I don't know, practice makes perfect type of thing, but I don't know.
Yeah. I think you got it.
All right. Well, Gage Oser, Ryan Hicks, senior profiles. We'll be back with more right after these messages.
BK Distributors is proud to support high school athletics on 446 trophies, banners, awards, letter jackets, and just about anything award related. And now, welcome BK Apparel and BK Promotions to the family. For all your spirit apparel, check them out on Facebook or at bkdistrib.com. BK Distributors, Apparel and Promotions in Pineville.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome.
Hi, I'm Kimberly. Experience in real estate over the past.
Time for a red, white, and cool summer event at Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Right now, you can save on a new energy saving system. No money down, 0% interest, and no payments till June 2020. Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, or visit us online.
Can y'all please introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Mallory, and I'm the cheer captain.
And I'm Kami.
Since 7th grade and in elementary school, I did it too.
I got you. So it was a natural for in Kami?
And then, yeah, since elementary school and then all the way through junior high and now in high school.
Got you. What else do y'all do? I mean, we all see y'all at football games, but obviously that's not just the only thing y'all do. What else do y'all do?
And we'll do that, but all around the community, like we host a cheer clinic, like we help her out a lot, and we volunteer too.
Got you. How does cheer add to your experience at Menard?
It's really good to expand and know everybody and stuff, and it's good to get out there and show the community who we are, because.
Sure. Kami, what would you like to add to that?
Yeah, just it's great for our leadership skills as well. We as far as pretty much everything in the classroom, just learning how to be a leader and get school involved.
Gotcha. So my final question is, Mallory, why would you recommend cheer to any potential girl coming in that, why would you recommend it?
Cheer brings so many opportunities. Me and Kami are actually going to Hawaii because we did this competition called All-American, and we got nominated and we won the All-American, and Kami got top All-American at the.
You learn how to be a leader. You're spirited, always cheering around. But work ethic, determination, integrity, just everything.
Any of y'all seniors or juniors?
I'm a senior and she's a junior.
I'm a junior, yeah.
Well, it works out.
Mhm.
But what's next for you? Are you going to continue cheering or?
I plan to go to LSU. I hope that works out, and I'll probably go into like interior design or real estate.
Okay, that's interesting.
So probably the dream would be to run track in college. I'm also like a pole vaulter.
Well, we appreciate y'all coming out tonight and just interviewing and being able to now present what the cheerleaders are about and just getting.
Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, anywhere. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Is your vision? If so, the Trust is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Tons of fresh, tasty toppings. Fat Burger. Great taste sounds good, doesn't it?
Hi, I'm Kimberly. Experience in real estate over the past. President of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today.
Our team is here to educate about life insurance and help you make the right coverage choices with the right agent this month and every month. So talk.
All right, we are back live at Wildwood Pizza. A great job to Jeffrey and Andrew on the interviews, and especially with the cheerleaders. We think for us to be able to spotlight they're for every sport, right?
Yeah, and look, and, we practice a lot, we know, but we see them practice. They practice a lot, and some of the stuff they do is very difficult because you can see they know how to tumble and do all the back springs, flips. Man, they're good. They really are good. And it takes a lot of work to do that. And we love our spirit groups. They're and next week I think you got Dan, and they do a great job.
They do, and we're grateful to the Wilder Group Real Estate, your friends in real estate. We feel with the camera, showing the video of the dance line. Mm-hmm. And then even if the visiting team that happens on the field, we've got it. And then we run the interview. So the cheerleader interview, Jeffrey and Andrew will edit that down, and we'll have it at halftime following everything that happens on the field. And then John and I come back and recap the first. And again, the dance line will be out here live next week. So be sure to come out if you're watching and you got the opportunity to come out and support your Eagles and your coaching staff and your players and everybody. Come out, listen to the interviews of the dance line and the senior profiles, the upcoming game. We got Sacred Heart of Ville Platte. That's your hometown area, Coach.
It's not my home, Sacred Heart of Ville Platte, and get an opportunity to go back and coach against a kid that I actually coached. Jacob Aguilar took over this year to Marksville and kind of took like his entire coaching staff with him. But a lot of these kids that we'll play against, I know their parents. Wade Pete at quarterback, Jude Abear at running back, and Ike Perry's going to play linebacker, and his dad Kevin and I are very good friends. Landon Fontenot, receiver number 6, who is a very good receiver, probably be the fastest kid on the field. They've got some really good kids. Jacob's doing a great job over there. Along with Tracy Jagno, who I had an opportunity to coach. We'll see what happens, but really excited to go back and see some family. We still have family that lives there. So it'll be a cool. Really forward to you know, seeing what they've done. They've just got some new lights in. You know,
They get LED lights?
they got LED lights.
Wow.
They got metal poles. They got. I mean, it's really, really nice. Their poles were actually for years, and their stands are way off the field. So it's kind of a unique setup. Just a little good old country Catholic school out there, you know, and just they've done some upgrades. But they do a great job over there. And so, you know,
Chris was coaching, if I'm not mistaken. It was a mud bowl.
It was,
and we should have won that game, you know. But the
lost
fumble,
10-7.
Yes,
Tough
yeah.
game. But it was a rainy night that night or that day before, and it was just a mess. So.
But what I remember is you and I both
Yep.
know her. I
Yep.
worked with Sarah for many, many years at Nova Nordisk. She's still there, but her son, I thought it would be a great atmosphere for football, and it's probably still the same.
Absolutely, it is. And look, the whole town comes to me to T Cotton Bowl in week 1 against Ville Platte and beat them 14-6. So